Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Gonna play some 1-2 action today. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. King A, check, it's a fold. Flop bottom pair, backdoor flush draw. It's okay to call once because he limps pre-flop. Gonna isolate the limpers. Here's he barrel again. We can put in a raise here with the not flush draw. Here facing a 4-bet, actually a 3-bet, limp and 3-bet, definitely a call. It's kind of weird that he played this way. But he's a tag fish, so we don't know what he's doing really. Flop a set, which are always nice. He check, which is gonna do a small C bet. Turn a quads, which is very nice. Hopefully he has an ace with like king of diamond or something. Maybe ace queen with king or queen of diamonds. Just gonna bet really small here though. Not gonna scare him away. Here just a standard C bet on jack 5 board. Pretty dry. They can't really have anything unless they have a jack. Turn 6, we're just gonna check behind here. We still beat flush draw, obviously losing to jack. Just gonna fold. He bet out half pot, and then with just $37 left, he's pretty much committed. Here we flop top pair, and he checked to us. Just gonna do a small C bet. Here we're just gonna check behind, hopefully that he has flush draw. He'll have a lot of jacks here as well. Just gonna jam. Oh, that's such a bummer here, aces. That's such a cooler. Here, we're just gonna do a C bet with our flush draw and overcards. Ace is a good card for our range, so we're just gonna keep barreling. Here, we're just gonna actually gonna put in a raise here. He dunk bet into us. Just gonna continue to barrel. Ace is very good for our range. Here facing the small 3-bet, we're just gonna call and see a flop. And here we're just gonna go for 3 streets. He's folding weak aces here. He check it to us. We're actually gonna check behind here. Unfortunately, we got called. He had ace queen, which is really strong, which is totally fine. He paid $11. We're gonna put in a raise here because he could have like king queen with the gacha and overcards, and then he might have some queen 10 as well, and then some flush draws, 2 hearts combination. We're just gonna raise a little bit, just to protect our equity a little bit. And we just take down the pot, which is always nice. King 10 suited would probably put in a 3-bet. Offsuit we can just fold. King 8 offsuit. I guess you can open half the time. The other half the time you can fold. Here we're just gonna fold. Ace 2 suited, raise under the gun. Here facing a raise under the gun and the 3-bet from the cutoff, we're just gonna fold king queen suited. Nine offsuit, opening on the cutoff. Here we're calling most of our cards, but 9-3 offsuit is just not very good against anything. Here we're gonna put in a 3-bet. With king 4 suited, we block aces. We block ace king. We block kings. Pocket nice against a fishy player. Just gonna put in a 3-bet. Here we're just gonna fold. Under the gun raise, 7 deuce suited is easy fold. We flop a gut shot, which is pretty good. We're just gonna bet a little bit here. Nice, always take it down. He probably had like ace queen or something. Ace jack suited. Pocket aces in a big blind. Ace 10 facing under the gun raise is clearly a fold. If it's suited, sometimes you can 3-bet, but in a very low frequency though. Ace 4, we're just gonna fold this time, and then aces here, we're definitely gonna 3-bet. Pocket 8s on this board, we're just gonna do a check call, because he can have a jack 10, 10 9 kind of hand here. Definitely not folding yet. Not the worst card for 8s. We're just gonna check call again here. He can be barreling with like some club draw. He can obviously have a 10, but he could be barreling here light here. He bet twice the pot. We're just not gonna call this, even though we might still be ahead. But sometimes when people 2x pot bluff, we just have to give it up. Just gonna give it to him. Here, ace 7 suited is a 3-bet, or folding is okay as well. We got 4-bet with the ace queen suited. It's an easy fold. Ace queen suited facing cutoff open, definitely a 3-bet. Here we flop top pair with the gut shot straight draw. Facing a cold 4-bet. Here we're just gonna bet a little more. Here I'm gonna open with jack 10. I think we can call and see a flop. We got limp and 3-bet. We're just gonna fold here. I don't know what he's doing this with. Here we flop absolutely nothing, just gonna fold. Screen suited, easy open. King 9 suited here is a 3-bet if you wanna play, but most of the time it's a fold. We got 3-bet from the button. Here we're just gonna put in a 4-bet. Folding to a jam. He just called. We flop top pair, top kicker. We're never folding here. Of course, he could be trapping with aces and kings, but there's just nothing we can do here. Here with 10 ace suited, playing pretty deep. We're gonna 3-bet a little bit bigger. Here we're just gonna put in a c-bet. If we get jam, we're calling it off. We're never folding. Maybe when we're a little deeper, we can consider folding, but not with 200 big blind stack. I mean 120 big blind stack. We're just gonna jam here. Here we're just gonna do a c-bet with the gut shot straight draw. He has jacks, and we hold, which is nice. Here, this bet is basically like a check. It doesn't mean anything. I'm trying to think if we should put in a raise. I think we just call here. Um, Here we're just gonna check with the Jack 10-5 board. And then when he checked the second time, we're definitely gonna bet for value. Here we got dunk bet. We're just gonna call on this dry board. We're gonna raise a little bit here. Actually, we're just gonna continue calling. Hopefully he keep bluffing at it. Oh, I'm just gonna call here. He probably have like ace queen. I just want to see his hand because it's $2 bet with never folding. Here we're just gonna call it off. And he was just bluffing all the way. We're just gonna call. He probably has like ace queen here. He could have like absolutely nothing, but I think he has ace queen, ace jack very often here. So I don't think raise bluffing is a good idea. Let's see what he has. Oh, he has absolutely nothing. And then we pick up the pot with 10 high. Nice. Here facing facing a jam, I think we're folding here. If he has like a little less, like maybe $60, we can consider calling. $80, maybe consider calling. 120 is just a little bit too much. Here, we're just gonna check behind. And we're just gonna give up here. That was probably the biggest pot I have won with Ting Hai, which is pretty funny. We're gonna 3-bet a little bit bigger here because we're a little bit deeper. How much was that pot? Pocket 8s with one overcard, we're just gonna c-bet 30% the pot. Do a small c-bet. Here we're gonna just fold. Ace is a very good card for our range. Definitely gonna keep barreling. Gonna barrel pretty big. He calls again, and we're probably gonna go for the triple here. Actually, against this fishy player, he's kind of like stationary. I think we just check. If against a regular, we can definitely put in a 3-barrel here. Yeah, he's never folding that. Here we're just gonna put in a small c-bet. Yeah, we pick up $80 pot with 10 high. That's pretty nice. Queen Jack suited. It's definitely playing it. Either call or 3-bet, both are fine. We decide we're just gonna call here. Here with the heart, and then we pick up the second nut flush draw. Just gonna keep barreling against the fishy player. Just check. King Jack's defend. Gonna check. Here we got check raised. Here we're just gonna lead out. Wrapping 8s, wrapping 6. Here we're definitely not calling. Definitely not folding with the king high flush draw. Once we are called and the ace is a pretty bad card, we're just gonna give up. Here we got raised really big. Playing this deep against the unknown fish, I think this is probably a fold here. We're still calling here. Yeah, we're gonna lead here, actually. Yeah, I think this is a fold because he could have like ace jack. He could have a set, and he could have a flush already. Um, Playing this deep, even though we hit our heart, we're not sure if we are good. We basically have to be hitting our king and queen. We just pick it up, the pot right there, pretty nice. Uh, this is really close. I think we can call and then see what he does on the river. Ah, that's just way too much. He's saying that he has a flush, like eight, not only a flush, like the not flush. We're just gonna fold here, unfortunately. He bet again. We're just gonna fold. Pocket seven is a race. Uh, Ace jack definitely a three bet spot. Here with the 966 board, pocket tens, it's definitely a C bet, small C bet. Jacks is a three bet, and we're just gonna C bet small here. Hopefully we just take it down. Here we're gonna barrel pretty big. Jack, this is a pretty good flop for jacks. We're just gonna do a pretty big C bet. Here we're gonna continue to barrel. Pick up extra equity on the turn. And here we gonna do another value bet. Hopefully he has like ace nine or something. And the way we play, we can have like a busted hard draw, and then he might just call with the nine. Oh, he has 6-7. Okay, that's kind of odd. He should have like check raise somewhere there. He's losing a lot of value, I guess. Maybe he just put us on nothing, and he just want us to bluff. Nice hand. Far middle pair. Just gonna see bet. Gonna defend with ace three suited. Just gonna fold. Not folding to the simple small c bet. Turn aces up. Just gonna check it to him. Here on this board, I'm just gonna check behind. And we're gonna put in a value bet here. When he checked to the second time, we're gonna bet a little bit. Try to pick up the pot. Pocket three is in the small blind, just go fold. Pocket seven in small blind versus under the gun raise is if you want to play, it's better to put in a three bet. Here we probably just gonna fold. King queen. It's not a board that we want to see bet with. Just check. It's fine. Here we just check behind. Just gonna check again. King queen facing under the gun raised and the 3-bet in front of us. It's an easy fold. We can consider putting a 4-bet here actually. We're just gonna fold this time. Queen 10 suited, we can 3-bet here. Folding is fine as well. Pocket 7 definitely gonna 3-bet. Just gonna 3-bet a little bit smaller since he has only $160. Here, pocket 10s we got 3-bet. We can 4-bet. We can flat call. Here we got 4-bet. Under the gun raised, button 3-bet. We're just gonna put in a huge 4-bet here. And get it in, obviously. Here we're just gonna call. Here we're probably just gonna fold. We're gonna check call this flop. We're still beating ace king. Probably gonna check call again. And hopefully he just check it down. Ace jack versus under the gun raise is a fold. Suited we can probably put in a 3-bet. Pick up the pot. Good thing he didn't try to jam the river there as a bluff. That'll put us in a really tough spot. He had ace-6. So he has some showdown value. He beat ace-king, even though we're almost never having ace-king there. But he has some showdown value. If he has ace-king, he probably lean more towards jamming river to bluff. But good thing it worked out for us. Just gonna defend with 10-7 suited. Here we're just gonna check behind. He dunk bet into us. Gonna point a little bit of race. Here we're just gonna fold. This is the fishy player. So this is the same guy that jam like over jam $400 on the river when we had king queen top 2 pairs. Don't really know like the stats. It's wrong. So probably gonna put in another race. He could have like, a lot of 7-8, some kind of draw. We're just gonna charge him for it. Seems like a pretty bad player though. Hopefully we're gonna be able to pick up some money from him later this session. 7-8 is a fold. 10-9 suited getting 3-betted by a pretty fishy regular. I'm just gonna fold here because I don't want to play it 3-way. This guy's almost never folding. Here we're gonna call this C-bet because 10-6-3 board just benefit our calling range a little bit more than his raising range. Uh, Probably gonna put in a raise here. Actually, we're just gonna fold. I don't think this player doesn't second barrel that much, so I'm gonna give him credit for a hand. Maybe like a jacks or something, like over pocket pair, or even ace 10, king 10, something like that. Here with bottom pair and no clubs, we're just gonna give up. This guy's probably like a recreational player. Seven deuce three. Just do a small c bet. Here against under the gun raise, we can three bet, but folding is probably better. He called a flop. That makes me think he has like pocket fours, pocket fives, pocket sixes a lot. Just gonna check it to him. I don't think he's ever folding those hands. He could have like 7-8, 7-9. Just gonna fold. Under the gun raise, king jacks offsuit, easy fold. Here we have kings here. We're just gonna fold this against under the gun raise, and we're pretty deep, so we're gonna three bet a little bit bigger. This is a tag fish. A limp small blind. Shove versus three bet. We got cold called by someone behind us. That normally means that he has like a small pocket pairs. Here we actually just gonna check behind. We're just gonna check here. A pretty dry board. He could have sixes and threes here. Here with kings we got squeezed. We're just gonna put in a 4-bet. 52. $60. Here we pick up open-ended. Just gonna barrel. Here just gonna check call. Just gonna check call again probably. We get there and then we had the nuts on the river, which is nice. He checked behind. That means that he could have absolutely nothing. I actually put him on like small pocket pairs. We're just gonna check it to him and call him down, because I don't think we're getting value from anything else. I don't think he has much of anything. Here we just missed a bet because we're thinking about this hand, but it's okay. That guy has pocket four, so we're not gonna get any more value anyways. Let's see if we're correct. He has 2-3. What the hell? That's just crazy. That is just absolutely insane. He just called like a huge 3-bet on the button with 3-2 suited because we're playing 150 big blind deep. I mean, if we're playing like 500 big blind deep, I understand that motive. But playing 150 big blind deep and then, I mean, calling a huge 3-bet with 2-3 just suited is just retarded. Definitely not a winning play, so definitely don't play like that. Definitely gonna 3-bet. Gonna 3-bet a little bigger here. As usual, when we're deeper, we're gonna 3-bet a little bit bigger. Here, we're just gonna range betting. This is not really the best flop for pocket eights, but we raise under the gun, so we can have a lot more queens than his calling range. Once we got call, we are gonna lose most of the time, but we turn a boat, which is nice. We're just gonna keep barreling. fold. Maybe we had the best hand all along. Flop open the straight draw and overcards on a rainbow board, which is pretty nice. Definitely gonna do actually gonna do a pretty big c bet here, cause he can have a lot of queen nine, knight 10. Under the gun raise, just gonna three bet with jacks in the small blind. He check again. It's probably here. We're just gonna do a small c bet. Here we're probably just gonna check behind. I don't think he's folding much. Here pretty good flop for jacks, but we don't have a spade, so we're just gonna bet pretty big here. Try to get over it. Here's we're gonna fold. He has a 10. Nice hand. Here our c bet gets called. He could do this with 10-9, 9-8, any sevens, and obviously can have a quad here as well. We still beat 10-9 and 9-8, 10-8, those kind of gacha straight draw. Obviously we're losing to sevens. I think we should barrel this because it's unlikely that he has seven. He has more 10-9, 9-8, and 10-8 than sevens in the spot. Obviously, if he had a seven, he's never folding. And we can wrap a quads. We can wrap like pocket queens, pocket kings, pocket aces. So our range is still in general stronger than his. Even with seven, he still have to think about it. Here, just gonna three bet ace queen. This is one of the worst card in the deck. All the hands we were originally beating are like we no longer beats anymore. Obviously, you can triple barrel wrapping queens plus, but I don't see the reason because a fishy player is normally not willing to fold a bolt. So I'm just gonna check behind and give up. Yes, S10. Wow, that's a little bit crazy. But that's okay. That's why he is a fish, tag fish. Check calling with ace high there is almost never good because our range is like way stronger. Like ace high, like ace king, ace queen is like bottom of our range when we bet the turn there, and then he still decided to check call for some reason. But good for him. Jack 10 offsuit against under the gun race. We're just gonna fold here. We can do a three bet with ace 5 suited. I'm just gonna fold. Queen jack offsuit facing three bet out of position, so easy fold. Here, facing under the gun race, we can trap by calling and then hopefully one of them three bets, but most of the time still three bet ourselves. Sometimes you can play like a trappy style, but don't do it too often. Ace jack, we're just gonna 3-bet pretty big. We're pretty deep here. About almost 270 big blind deep. 10 ace suited facing a 3-bet. We have position, so definitely can call and see a flop. We got 4-bet here with ace jack. It's just an easy fold. I'm just gonna. We don't have anything. 0 equities. Just gonna fold. King queen suited. We have backdoor flush draw. Just gonna do a small c-bet. Here we're gonna put in a 4-bet and get it in, obviously. Ace jack, 3-bet. Here just gonna check behind. And just gonna check behind. Nice wing with the king high. Here we flop top pair, top kicker. Obviously we're gonna do a small c-bet and continue. We got check raised. He could be doing this with pocket 9s, pocket 10s, pocket 8s, and sometimes a set, but we're not folding yet. He could also be doing this with like some kind of flush draw and overcards. Not the worst turn, unless he have pocket 10s. We should still have the best hand most of the time here. He could have like king queen of clubs or something and pick up extra equity and decide to barrel. Here 120 something. I think we just jam here. If he had like some kind of draw, he's calling. Sometimes we're gonna run into sets, but that's the way it is. I think on this board, it just he has too many draw combination. He could have pocket 7s or pocket 3s, but we just have to get it in. Oh, he turned the nuts. Well, that's unfortunate. That's a huge stock out on the turn. Here, we're just gonna see bad with ace of diamonds. So he check raised with just a gut shot and then get there on turn. Life is pretty good. Yeah, I'm not regretting our play that much. He'll probably do the same if he didn't get there on the turn. He'll barrel and then we shove and then we're just gonna take it down. It's just unfortunate that he hit the 4 outers. He's just gonna check behind. Facing a 3-bet with ace queen suited. We're gonna call and see a flop. He was just gonna give up. That was just unfortunate there. He check raised with 4 outers and then get there on turn. There's nothing we can do. Happens, that's poker. We're just gonna fold this flop. Like over there, he'll do the same. He'll do the same if he missed the turn. Let's say the turn is like deuce of spades. He's probably still gonna barrel, and then we're gonna put it in, and then we'll end up just picking up the pot. It's just unfortunate that it's very unfortunate that he gets there. Ace 10 suited, facing 3-bet. It's a call. Here on this flop, we're just gonna give up with deuces. Not even gonna try. Hopefully, you can get to showdown. With the backdoor flush draw and straight draw, we can consider calling one time. Actually just gonna fold here. King 10 suited. Just gonna fold here. We can 4-bet bluff sometimes. But I'd rather do it with like suited ace. Pocket 7, gonna put in a 3-bet. Pocket 6 is a fold sometimes, it's a raise sometimes, under the gun. Frequency should be around like 50-50. Flop top set, which is nice. Just do a small c-bet. Heart gets there. We're just gonna continue barreling here. Facing a 3-bet, playing pretty deep. Definitely gonna call and try to flop a set. Just gonna check. 5, 6, 8, not the greatest flop for queens, but not the worst either. We're just gonna do a pretty big c-bet. Here, we're just gonna give up. He could be doing this with like a7, a7, a9, or pocket 10s, pocket nice, or even flush draw. So we cannot fold yet. Just gonna call and see a turn. Flush gets there, but we have the queen of spades. So if he bets, we can call one more time here. Without the spades, folding is okay if he barrel pretty big. Once he checked, we can bet full value, putting on like a 9-8, 9-8, 9-7, 9-8, 9-8, 8-7. Just gonna bet like a little under half the pot. Here, just gonna do a small c-bet. Because we can have the nut flush here. He could very much be drawing that, so we shouldn't bet too much. Betting too much here is a mistake. Because you're never getting a hand that's worse to call you. Pocket fives. And then when you bet like, let's say you bet like $65 here, and then he's only continuing with the flush or like a straight, so that bet doesn't make any sense. You just want to bet a little bit smaller, so his a9, a7 can continue. Once he ships, I think we have to call. Obviously, I don't like calling. Like it's not like I don't like calling this, but I think we have to call. He had a set. Nice hand. Just gonna check call. Gonna check again. Here. I think we should call one more time because it's a lot of draw on the board. And we're gonna check call the river. He could have knight 10 gets there. He checked the second time. He's just gonna bet. Try to take it down. Sometimes you just have to lose a pot. There's nothing wrong with it. When we decide to bet there and with the queen of spades, we kind of have to call a shot because the how the board was, he could still have like a lot of draws there, and then he'll play the same way. Just unfortunate that he had the set there. But even against the set, we still have equity, pretty good equity. We have two queens and all the spades. Unfortunately, we didn't get there. Here we're just gonna put in a 3-bet with ace king off. Just gonna do a small c-bet. Hopefully, just take it down. Okay, he just mid-raised us. I think we have to call. We're gonna check it to him. Okay, now it's an easy fold. We're just gonna c-bet small here, since we have the range advantage. Ace king against 3 players, we're just gonna check. Pocket 7 is a 3-bet. Gonna defend with 10-9 offsuit. We don't have a spade, so we're just gonna check fold here. What the hell is he doing? Not gonna call that. Nice hint. Like we could have aces there and then he'd just be like dunking his money, but it worked out for him that time. Never a smart play though. Just gonna check. We flop middle sets. Just gonna do a small c-bet. And we're gonna check raise this turn. With the Gasha and overcard, just gonna c-bet. And we're gonna bet for value. Hopefully he has like an ace. Here we're just gonna check behind. 9 is a pretty bad turn. A lot of hands gets there. Just gonna check back. Trying to see what that guy has there when he calls us on the river. He had an ace. Nice. Here we're just gonna check call. And then we're gonna lead the turn. We have a turn double gutter. And he's gonna continue with a lot of ace high. That's actually a pretty bad river. We're just gonna give up here. You have a lot of aces there. It's never folding. He was just gonna check behind. He checked the second time. We can start betting and try to take it down. He has a 5. Getting called by 3 spots. Hopefully somebody squeeze. We have the backdoor flush draw and got shot. Here we're just gonna we're just gonna check fold here. Against 3 players, one of them is very likely to have an ace. Turn a double gutter. Not really, just a 9. Here we're just gonna fold. We'll have the backdoor flush draw and backdoor straight draw. Not the greatest flop to see bad though. Here we river a pair, we're just gonna check. Pretty easy 3-bet. We're gonna check. We probably sucked out. Yes, we did. Gonna isolate the limper. Seems like a recreational player. Flop top pair. Gonna do a c-bet. A little bit more than half the pot. Here flop a flush draw. We're just gonna c-bet small. Pretty good flop for ace jack. Gonna do a small c-bet here. Here we're just gonna continue barreling. Putting on flush draw. Not the greatest turn. Knight 10 gets there. We're just gonna check. Here we missed. He bet it to us. We're just gonna fold. Here we're just gonna check call and probably fold the river. We're just gonna check. Send him. Here we're gonna just check behind. We're gonna bet the flop, but we got timed out, so it's kind of unfortunate. I guess he had like some sort of Jack 10 or something. Ace 9. Okay, that's a little bit crazy. A little bit ambitious to call a c-bet with ace high with not much equity. We're just gonna fold this. Up a flush draw. I'm gonna do a small c-bet wrapping the ace or jack. Got instant called. Here we got dunk bet. Gonna put in a raise with the gut shot and the flush draw. Just gonna fold. Pocket kings, obviously we are 3-betting. Seven is not the greatest card. Pair the board. Drawing dead if he has like a bolt. If he has flop a set, but it's unlikely if he has jacks or kings. He probably three betting pre-flop. Here we flop a gut shot and straight draw. We're just gonna bet. Here we're just gonna check behind, and here we got four bet. Just gonna get it in. Hopefully we don't run into aces. I think it's a call here against a fishy player. We rivered a straight. Here we completely missed, but I just want to see what he has, so just gonna call. Um, Raising is a little bit risky here because he could have a bolt very easily, and I don't think if he's calling with just random ace, because our raising is super strong. When we raise here, we're saying that we have a bolt, so I think we just call here. Yeah, ace queen. I don't think he's calling a raise with ace queen. I can be mistaken. We don't know how people play, but he could easily have a bow there. Just gonna three bet with kings. 5 by 6 is a pretty safe board. We're just gonna go for a check raise here. Small c bet works too. One of the worst turn. But we're still gonna bet a little bit just to wrap the ace. We have a lot of ace in our range. He called. We're just gonna check to him. Okay, he probably have like pocket tens or something. Like maybe pocket pair or something. Yeah, pocket eights. Flop open-ended and overs. Gonna bet pretty big. Here we're gonna do a check raise. Turn the nuts. Definitely not checking. Checking is a huge mistake here with two flush draws out there. We're gonna overbet this actually. Go like 50. Here with this turn. Just gonna continue barreling. I think we're gonna bet like really small here. And over here, when he called the turn, he could have like ace jack. We're actually gonna just jam here and then pretending like we missed a flush draw. Hopefully he doesn't have the two spades. That would really suck. He opened it, definitely just gonna call. Here with the flush draw, we're gonna call. Yeah, I think jamming is probably the best player here. He's never folding ace 10, ace jack. We turned open-ended. Here we got raised. It's kind of weird. I don't think he has that many sevens in his range, but our hands don't play that well. When we're gonna check again here. Yeah, we're just gonna fold. Because we have all the sevens there, and then him raising there, just basically saying that he's not afraid of straight. So that raise is pretty strong. Here, actually, we're gonna check raise. Just gonna fold. Against two fish, ace 5 suited is most likely a call. Here we got call on the turn. We're just gonna barrel this river and uh, wrapping a boat. It'd be very difficult to call with just a king. Yeah, most of the time we take it down. Here we're just gonna fold. But by check raising there on the turn, that's what opened up the bluff on the river. If we just check all the turn, then we're never winning the pot. But by check raising the turn with our flush and open-ended straight draw, we had the opportunity to bluff the river. But if we didn't do that, like if we just check all the turn, then we basically lose the pot, right? When we didn't hit our hand. So that's the advantage of playing aggressively sometimes out of position. Here we're just gonna fold to the overbet. Uh, we're gonna see bet pretty big, 75% of the time, 75% of the pot. With just one overcard, it's okay to do a C bet pretty comfortably. King 3 suited. Just gonna fold. Ace. Um, we can do a 4-bet bluff here. Folding is perfectly fine as well. I'm probably just gonna fold here against a fisher, like a fish player. I'm less likely to bluff because when they 3-bet, they have a hand, and then they're almost never folding, or very rarely they're folding. They just don't understand the strength of how the strength of the work, how the strength of the range works. Here we're just gonna put in a 3-bet against our friends. So for me, blue tech is a friend. Get called by 2 players. Pocket nine is never good on this flop, almost. So most likely we're just gonna check and give up the hand. It just got progressively worse. Flopping a quads. Just gonna check it to him. Small C bet is okay too. Just gonna fold. I'm gonna do a small bet. Hopefully he has something. Um, he just fold. Very sad. Three-way, King 10 suited, we can see a flop. But we have to play a little bit more carefully though, because we can't be dominated very often. We're just gonna call here. And then we're gonna check call again. He does the mid 3-bet, which doesn't really make sense. We're just gonna bet full value here, like $10. He can't have much here. Hopefully he'll call us with ace high or something. it doesn't. Pretty bad flop for sevens. Here we got three betted by our friend. He's not gonna mess with us that much, so just gonna fold here. Against anyone else, it's always a call. Here 10-9 suited is in a small blind against the cutoff open. It's just automatic 3-bet. Never calling there. Calling in small blinds just in general really, really bad. Pocket aces. I think it's only the second pocket aces we have this session. We have a bunch of kings. Against the regular and our friend. Good job, he 4-bet us. This is very strong. This is super strong. I mean, when somebody raised under the gun and then we 3-bet at the bottom and then the blinds put in a 4-bet, it means that they're super strong. At least queens plus ace, queens, kings, aces, and ace king suited are the only range. So we can just jam here. He just fold. I guess he have like, I guess he could do that with like ace queen. That regular is pretty tight though. Here, against the 3-bet with the suited ace, definitely gonna call and see a flop. Pretty good flop for us, not flush draw. He bet pretty big, so we're just gonna call here. If he does like a small c-bet, then we can put in a raise. And then we get there on the turn, nice. Pocket uses, it's a huge 3-bet, so we just fold. If it's like 3x, 3.5x, we can call and try to flop a set. Here we're just gonna call and then ship the river. Ah, that's a pretty bad river. Well, I guess not. Here we're just gonna fold. Here we're just blasting his money away. He couldn't wait to blast his money away too. Flop open ended straight draw, bet big, turn drawing dead, bet again. Absolutely no fear. And river and just wrapping the nuts with like he doesn't even have any diamond. That's just crazy. Don't play like that. Definitely not a winning player. Here with aces, we open. We're just gonna check this flop because it connect a lot with a lot of his 3-bet calling range. We also unblock hearts, so we don't have ace of hearts. Against that small c-bet, I'm gonna put in a raise actually. Here against the smaller stack, we're just gonna fold 7-8 suited. If he's a little bit deeper, we can consider calling. But he only has like $120, so it's not worth it. Just gonna do a range betting, wrapping aces, do a standard c-bet. We have backdoor flush draw, and then we pick up backdoor flush draw. Just gonna check here. He's never folding if he has an ace. He's never folding if he has a queen. So just gonna check. Here on this board, just gonna check fold. Under the gun raise with queens, we're putting a 3-bet. Pick up a 7. Um, this is interesting because he can be doing this with like king 10, jack 10. I'm just gonna call actually. Yeah, he has king jack. Here we got 4-bet by under the gun racer. His range is super strong. But are we jamming or are we calling and then get it in any safe flops? Um, let's just get it in here. Um, I'm thinking, are we jamming right now, or we just call and then get it in if it's like none ace king on the flop? Uh, both way are fine. It's just that you want to take a higher variance line or like a lower variance line. I think we just jam. Of course, we're gonna run into aces and kings sometimes. Um, Unfortunate that's one of the case. But even if we just call and then seeing this flop, like we're not folding queens, just a cooler. Uh, we're gonna put in 4-bet here. Like over there, like a 10, 9, 8 flop, like we're never folding with queens. Here we got jammed here. This is an easy fold. We're originally gonna bluff anyways, and then here we got 4-bet, huge 4-bet from the button. And ace queen just doesn't play well against that range, especially offsuit, so we're just gonna give it up. Pocket aces, gonna raise. Gonna do a c-bet. Here we're gonna start leading the turn. Pretty good turn. I don't think he has that many sixes in his range, so we're just gonna barrel this turn. 2 flush draw out there. And he check raised. Interesting. There are 2 flush draws out there. Definitely not folding yet. Just gonna call. I don't think he has that many sixes in his range. Sometimes he will have some, but not very often. You're just gonna check behind. And that's one of the worst river, because he could be doing that with the flush draw, but it might be scary for him as well. So you're gonna bet a turn. I'm just gonna check behind, and hopefully he just have a queen or queen 8. Oh, he had queen 6. He had a 6. That's unfortunate. I feel like we're running into a lot of big hands today. Pretty crazy session, ups and down. Here with pocket nines, we're definitely gonna put in a squeeze. We're gonna put in a 4-bet with jacks here. Here with the ace high, we're just gonna put in a c-bet, around 30% the pot. We do have the 9 of spades, but hopefully we just take it down. We do. He just flat calls our 4-bet. We're not folding on this flop. We're only beating ace king here, So we're just gonna bet like small. Hopefully he just fold with ace king. If he putting a raise here, that'll put us in a really tough spot. But most likely we have to go with it since we're putting a 4-bet, like we're almost like rarely folding. Unless he did the 4-bet with a specific purpose as a 4-bet bluff or something. Like if you have a value hand and then if you put in 4-bet and then just fold, then over time you just lose a lot of money for no reason. You're basically just spazzing. Here, we're just gonna put in a c-bet. Here, we're just gonna check behind. We got raised, easy fold. I don't know what the hell he's doing raising that big. We got raised in the blind. This is definitely not a 4-bet spot. The most you can do, this is mostly calling here. Pretty good flop for tens, but he could easily have a bigger pocket pairs. He could have ace king, of course. And we're just gonna continue. Jack shouldn't change much. He's never doing that with ace jack. And we were losing to pocket jacks originally anyways. We're just gonna call again. And probably folding the river if he bets again. I guess he could be doing that with Nice too, but I don't think Nice will bet this river. Um, yeah, this is pretty gross spot. We unblock diamonds. He could have like ace king of diamonds. I'll probably play this way. But more often than not, he have like aces, kings, queens here. I think we're just gonna fold here. We don't really beat much. Gonna wrap up the session. I'll try to stream every day around 9 p.m. Pacific time. We'll check raising this with the backdoor flush draw and gutshot straight draw. Definitely calling with 7-8 suited in position. We got called. We can't really wrap much here. Just gonna check. We're just gonna check fold this river. Just gonna give it up. He's 10. Damn. He called a check raise. Good for him. I don't think that's a winning play though. It's negative EV long term for sure, I think. But worked out for him that time. We're just gonna fold here. If he's a little bit deeper, we can consider putting a 4-bet bluff. With the gut shot straight draw, we're just gonna c-bet. We're gonna probably go 3 here. Just gonna barrel and then barrel the river as well. Let's see how we did today. We're down a little bit. Um, Before the stream started, I play like maybe 10, 20 hands, and then we had the kings, and then ran into flop two pair, and we lost a huge buying. I mean, not a huge pot, just a one buying pot, and then it's kind of like a crazy session, ups and down. But overall, we're down about $370. Our expected value was so we ran a little bit under our EV, but it's okay. Overall, pretty crazy up and down session. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.